Good evening, good evening, good evening. Good evening. If you're joining me live, let me know you're here. I can't necessarily see who's watching. And if you're on the replay, go ahead and hit hashtag replay so that I know you're here. So happy to connect with you. Hello, hello, hello. If you don't know me, if we haven't met, we're not familiar with each other. My name is Ingrid H. Turner. I am a psychic, mystic, poet. I am here to be of service through spiritual renewal, spiritual messages, channeling spirit, readings by donation for anybody who feels called to that. I am here ready to do that. Let's go ahead and kick off with a grounding meditation. Just take about 3 minutes and then we'll get into some spirit. We'll get into some channeling. Once again, if you're watching live, if you're just joining, leave a comment. Let me know you're here. I can't necessarily see who's watching. Give this video some love. It will help boost it in the algorithm and we can find more of our people. Okay, let's ground in together, my love. Close your eyes with me. Let's take 3 deep breaths in through the nose, out through the mouth. Feel all of your energy pool in your root chakra. And maybe it'll feel warm or tingly. Or you'll just be aware that it's happening. Take a deep breath in and pull the energy from your root into your heart. Exhale and hold the energy in your heart. Inhale and pull the energy from your heart into your crown. Exhale and hold the energy in your crown. Inhale and pull the energy out of your body. Feel it connect with divine source energy. And with the out breath, pull that energy back into your body and into your heart. Breathe in and hold the energy in your heart. Breathe out and pull the energy down to your root. Breathe in and hold the energy in your root. Breathe out and push the energy down your legs and into your feet. Breathe in and hold the energy in your feet. Breathe out and push the energy into the earth. Feel that energy hook in with the earth's core and take a deep breath in and pull it back up towards your feet. Exhale. Inhale and feel the energy hit the soles of your feet and move up your legs and pull again in the root chakra and exhale into your root chakra. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Okay, my love, go ahead and open your eyes when you're ready. We're grounding in and my nose is itching like crazy. I'm going, be disciplined, stay in the moment, stay in the grounding. It reminds me of when I was a kid. I grew up with a very spiritual father, right? But he was also really militant. So he was a Vietnam vet, and everything he did was just like strict and regimented, right? And he used to have meditation circle with us. We'd have meditation circle with him, and he would always make it difficult. So what he would do is we'd have to hone our concentration, right? And then he would take a feather and he would tickle our nose and our ears with the feather, and we couldn't like move. We had to stay completely concentrated and not smile or laugh or giggle or anything. We're like kids, right? So this was the kind of spiritual upbringing that I had. So as I'm sitting here grounding in, I'm much more gentle with myself nowadays, and I suggest you be as well. But and my nose was tickling and it reminded me of bygone days when I used to get tickled with a peacock feather while I was meditating. So a little bit of an aside there. Hey, welcome. I'm so glad you're here. Do me a favor and leave a comment. Let me know you're here because I cannot see who's watching and I would love to see who I am connecting with today. Yes, 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 indeed. So as we were grounding, I was picking up on some energy. And I don't know, I'm getting a notification my Wi-Fi is unstable, but it seems to be okay. You'll have to let me know if I'm all fuzzy. Anyway, so I was getting some feedback, spiritual, energetic feedback as we were grounding. I was feeling a lot of energy in my head. And I was also feeling this kind of stalled out feeling. I was feeling like, as much as we are in Aries season and we're wanting to go forward, and being an Aries sun sign, like I and Venus sign, this energy is intimate for me. Like I ride this wave of go getter, make it happen, initiate, charging forward. I love that energy. And yet we are also in this energy of hold it, hold it. So it's like the bow and arrow. The bow is being pulled back and we're holding it and waiting to release until we have the target in sight. The target's not in sight, Spirit says. The target is not in sight. So as we are feeling this urge, even an urgency to move forward, to start to take action and make things happen, the target isn't in sight. When the target is in sight, you will know it because it will be just like a release. It'll be as easy as bing, letting it go, and you will be flying. But right now, with the struggle, with holding back, you think it's time to go. It's not. The target isn't in sight. You're waiting for more clarity. As the Spirit is saying, is we are waiting for more clarity on the direction that we're headed. And when we receive that clarity, it'll be very easy because we'll just release and we will fly towards it. So if you're not flying yet and riding that Aries wave, it's because you don't have clarity. So burrow in, my loves. Burrow in, get centered, take breaths, meditate. Everything is a season. Everything is weather. Nothing lasts forever. If you're feeling immensely frustrated because you're not able to move forward, you haven't released that arrow yet, please remember that this will not last forever. That feeling of frustration will not last forever. You will release very soon, very soon. And the sooner you stop fighting to take action and move forward, and the more you go deeper in instead of trying to force yourself out, that is when you will speed up the process of that movement energy. Okay. So let me know how that feels to you. Let me know if that resonates. And let me know you're here because I can see some of you watching. I see a number on my screen, but I don't see who, and I would really like to. So anyway, that was another quick aside. That was just the download I got while we were doing that grounding meditation. So I wanted to talk about pickleball. I have been playing pickleball with my partner for a few weeks now, and it has been such an interesting study in energy. I understand why sports are always such a great analogy for life. I have learned so much about my own energy and the high and low expressions of a piece of my energy, especially competitive energy or ego energy. So in my human design chart, are you familiar with human design? Let me know. If you know what your type is, leave it in the comments. Let's see who we got here. I'm a generator and I have a channel in my chart. It's the 51 to 25. At its sort of lowest expression, it's a channel of competition. It defines my ego center as well. At its highest expression is the channel of the shaman. It's breakthrough and awakening through shock and intensity. If you've been in my world for a little while, that might be familiar to you, especially if we work together closely. But at its lowest expression, most base expression, it's like need to be first, competition, not liking to, make mistakes, wanting to be the best. This is definitely an energy that I have danced around my whole life. I have recently come to the conclusion that competition is stupid. Even competition with yourself to me seems dumb. It just strictly seems like an ego game. Why are you trying to best even yourself? Show up the best you are in the moment, right? That's where I've got to with it. But it doesn't change the fact that I carry this energy of competitiveness. And sometimes it comes out in unexpected ways. So I'm going to play a game with my partner and just have some fun. And I'm getting competitive with it. I'm starting to notice the expressions of my ego burrowing down into unhelpful competitiveness. But it was so interesting because it was a game, right? Because it wasn't my life. It was a little easier for me to back up and disconnect, not disconnect, but sort of view myself dispassionately, to ride the wave of my ego story, of my ego's competitiveness and see where I ended up with it. So Shay is much better at me than pickleball, like much better at me than pickleball. My ego doesn't love it. My ego kind of wants to be great at everything I do. And I'm one of those people where generally when I try something, I'm pretty damn good at it. Like there's not very many things that I'm not pretty good at right away, which is great. That's a gift. But it's also cannot be a gift because you get a false sense of yourself and then you stop doing things sometimes that you're not good at. You don't want to do them. Right. Shay says it's an Aries thing, but it's definitely something that I've experienced in my time. So I'm here playing pickleball and I'm not very damn good at it. And I'm feeling that frustration. I'm feeling that tightness. You know, if you felt like competitiveness, if you felt competitive, if you're competitive by nature, you know that low expression is that frustration and tightness. So I thought, okay, let's ride this wave. And I started to ride the wave of the competitiveness, my ego's competitiveness. And as I started to the more contracted in my competitiveness I was, the worse I did. I did terribly. I kept fucking it up, missing the ball, hitting it way out. I hit it way too hard to go flying. Then I had to go crawling in the bushes or go find the damn ball that I hit. I was so annoyed. And as I rode that wave of competitiveness, I started to just be like, okay, let's shift this energy. Let's just look at hitting the ball as perfectly as I can. Just getting the ball, hitting as well as I can. Forget about the score, which is dismal, mine anyway. Forget about my annoyance at losing every goddamn game. And I just started to focus on hitting the ball, perfectly hitting the ball, perfectly hitting the ball. If I strayed out of the moment, I'd find myself getting frustrated and I start to suck again. But the more I focused on just hit the ball, just try and hit the ball just right, just as perfectly as you can, I started to do a little better and a little better and a little better. And then I switched into this, I went into this zone of boom, suddenly I was confident. Suddenly I was like, oh, I can play this game. I know how to play this game. And I'll be damned if I didn't win a couple of games. He still won a lot more than me, but like, I started to win a couple of games. I started to do a lot better. And then as soon as I lost that zone, that was not something I could control. I found I couldn't control whether I was in the zone of competency and feeling like confident and I can do this, or whether I was in that contracted competitive place. The only thing I could control was getting present and being excellent in the moment. And that's when I realized the highest expression of our competitive nature is excellence in the moment. It is not about being better than yourself or better than you were. It's about being the best you are capable of being excellent in the moment. And then from there, you are naturally boosted into a zone of confidence. All of a sudden, it's like, oh, I know this game. I can play this game. I can hit this. I'm confident, and it really does start to shift. So if you take that and you apply that to life, if you look at your goals of things you want to experience, and I started looking at things I want to achieve as things I want to experience, because achievement, again, it's a struggle. It's an uphill battle. If it's something I want to experience, I simply move towards that experience. And if you ever find yourself struggling or frustrated or comparing yourself to other people, and you can't get into that place where you feel confident in yourself and you just can play the damn game, all you have to do is get into excellence in the moment, because that's what that energy is. That's all that energy is. At the highest expression is excellence in the moment. And this was really valuable for me because I've been trying to do away with this competitive energy in myself and my own ego. I have a defined ego in my human design chart. In human design, if you have a defined ego, you're the one with the ego in the room. And so it is really important to understand the high and low expressions of the ego. We're not going to get rid of the ego. And I've said this before and I'll say it again. The ego is not the bad guy. It's easy to make it the bad guy, or it's easy to make it the focal point. It's just fucking unruly. What it is your survival instinct. It is the mechanism of being human. That's what your ego is. And it was so valuable to me to understand the low expression of my ego, which was struggle, frustration, and anger, right? And how it took me down. And the highest expression, which was simply excellence in the moment. And from there, without you controlling anything, you become confident. And that's your ego going, yes, you can do this. You've demonstrated this. You can do this. Go, go, go. So what are you moving towards? What experience are you moving towards? And how can I help you transcend your ego's stories of inadequacy, of failure, of not enoughness, of self sabotage, and help you get to the highest expression of that ego? Because it is your ego, one way or the other, that is moving you forward, moving you towards your goals, moving you towards your experiences, moving you towards your achievements. You would not get out of bed in the morning if you didn't have an ego. You wouldn't be alive if you didn't have an ego. So it's not for us to destroy the ego. That is a losing game. It is for us to not transcend the ego. That is a losing game. The ego is there. We are stuck with it. How do we work with, massage, and transform the ego mechanism so that it not only works in our highest expression, but works for the benefit of all? And this was my stupid little pickleball experience. I had an ego storm. I was pissed. I didn't like to lose. I felt like a bit of an asshole for it, but there I was. I had to be honest with myself. Through transforming my own ego, I not only helped myself start winning in pickleball, and I can apply that to my day-to-day life, and I can show up here and I can share that story with you. I can share my experience and help you do the same thing, because we all ought to be winning. I'm a big fan of everybody winning. There is enough for all of us. And I would like to see you step into your highest expression. Step into um step into your power, your joy, your bliss, because that's the energy that we're living in now. You've heard me talk about it before. I'm going to talk about it again and again and again. This is the new earth. We are no longer living in a paradigm of struggle and scarcity and hustle. This is about community and unity and love and passion and being of service through the vehicle of your passion. And a big step to navigating your way back to your core passion is understanding how to work with the ego, with your ego, honoring your ego, but also making sure you put it in its highest expression, exalting the ego, if you will, not putting the ego in charge, but putting it in the arena where it thrives. And the ego, interestingly, thrives on excellence. It thrives on excellence in the moment. It is highly occupied, focused, and fulfilled when you are being excellent in the moment. So what can you be excellent at right now? What are you working on? What are you moving towards where you can apply excellence in the moment? Where are you feeling unmotivated? Where are you feeling overwhelmed? Where are you feeling unsure, wishy-washy? These are all sort of negative connotations, negative experiences of the ego. Other negative, or I should say not negative, but unhelpful. Other unhelpful expressions of the ego. I don't need to do that. I'm better than that. I'm better than you. I've got more qualifications, more credentials, arrogance, right? In between these two extremes of unhelpful expressions of ego is excellence. And so wherever you're feeling overwhelmed, wherever you're feeling unsure, bring it to the moment and simply be excellent in the moment. And if you do this, if you put this on repetition, you repeat this for even a day where you're just committed to excellence in the moment, guess what? You're going to move into confidence without even trying. You can't control whether you feel confident or not. The gateway is excellence in the moment. So tell me if that makes sense. Tell me if that's something you're going to put into practice. Tell me how that feels. Hey, beautiful Bob. So nice to see you. Joseph, have I asked you if you can read my chart? I'd be happy to read your chart. Folks, I am open to human design chart readings. I am not taking a whole lot of new clients right now. I even took bookings off of my website, but I'm taking current clients and referrals. And that includes anybody here on my Facebook page, on my live stream. I'll be happy to do a chart reading for you. Just send me a DM. I'll give you my rates and we'll go from there. Because human design is quite a game changer. It really is. It has been for me. The thing about human design is it doesn't tell you anything you don't know, but it is so fucking validating. It helps you understand, come back home to the natural flow of your energy and your unique energetic signature. It's boss shit, man. So I'm able to sit here and talk about my ego's experience and my experience with my defined ego, being the ego in the room, the competitive nature that I've always had, right? And I'm able to look at it and go, okay, yeah, that is me. Whereas if I didn't have my human design chart in my head and going, yes, I have a defined ego and I have the competitive streak, that might be something I would be resisting. We so often resist the truth of who we are, the essence of who we are. There's no right or wrong about your energy. I'm competitive and I have an ego. Somebody with a wide open ego center is going to be conditioned by my ego. And the gift of that person is they're going to show me the health of my ego. I need that. They need that. Right? I get to be around people and I get to foster a sense of like an energy of excellence when I am in the highest expression of my competitive spirit. How cool is that? Everybody I'm around who doesn't have that definition gets to feed off of that energy. And if they get competitive with me, well, guess what? I know where I'm at in that. Right. So it's all really valuable. There's no right or wrong. It's just like, oh, yeah, that is me. And I can just go ahead and accept that. And then you can roll with your life and you can show up in your most authentic expression. And that's when the fucking doors open for you. That's when things start to level up for you, is when you are ragingly authentic. It's not the hustle, it's not the grind. It's the right kind of action, the right kind of mindset, and the right kind of energy. We all have energies with high and low expressions in our body, in our energetic makeup. And when we know what they are, we know innately how to navigate to the highest expression of that energy. Carrie, yes, I'd love to do your human design chart. You guys send me a message, send me a DM, and we'll work it out. It'll be so fun. Yes, that feels really exciting to me. So today, I'm also doing readings by donation, not human design chart readings. I'm doing channeled tarot card readings by donation. You can donate via PayPal, or if you need Cash App or Venmo, I have that link for you as well. I would really love to do some readings today. I've been getting some pretty incredible feedback from the readings that I have been doing. And it's really gratifying. And it also tells me that this is where I need to be funneling this energy from spirit. Like I said, I'm not taking new clients for one-on-ones, for private one-on-one sessions, because it just felt like too much energy right now. I'm not sure why, but it's just kind of like, oh, that's way too much. And yet, but showing up on here and doing readings for by donation or little mini readings feels really good, because it's a way to disperse my energy, a way to tune into spirit and get you what you need in this moment. It just feels like a better use of my energy. So I'll keep doing this until the energy shifts. And that's something I've noticed about my energy, is it does shift. Like, I have to honor that flow of like what I want to do in this moment. Another thing that human design has really, really helped me with as well. But some of the feedback I've been getting, I mean, I've heard several times from several people that these readings have been like instrumental in helping them make some core decisions in their life that has put them in a position of real alignment and happiness. And I wish I could take credit for that. I can take credit in that I'm up here, I'm on the live, I have the guts to do it and show up and you know, put myself out here, but it's really divine spirit coming through. I don't remember the readings I do for people. People will say, "Oh, do you remember that reading you did for me?" And be like, "No, no, I don't," because I'm not fucking there. I'm only there enough to deliver the message. Everything else, I'm just, it just goes through me and it's gone. And it's a hell of an experience being a channel for divine spirit, but it's fun. It's wild. And I'm also getting ready to do some psychic training too. I just decided that today, just before I came on. It's time to do a psychic training group. Bob, I know I owe you and the other group something too. So keep an eye. You'll hear from me about that. But yeah, okay. So we have a couple people on the list. If you'd like a reading, donate via PayPal. Any amount is wonderful. This is the way I'm able to be of service. And okay. Oh, Carrie, thanks for this feedback. Everything you have said to me 100% answered questions that I needed answered. That's so great. Awesome. Awesome. Okay. So first up, we have our beautiful Bob. Bob, my love, do you have a question or do you want me to just tune in? I'm here and ready for you, my sweet. After Bob, we have Carrie, and the link is on the screen. It's also, it's PayPal link. If you need something other than a PayPal link, let me know. I can get paid all the ways. All right. What does our beautiful Bob need to know? Show me, show me, show me. Okay, I will just tune in, my darling. Show me, show me, show me. Okay, my love. So I'm feeling energy right at the base of my neck between my heart and my throat and my heart, and it's kind of right here. What does that feel like to me? It feels like the connection. It feels like the bridge between the heart and the throat. And I really am enjoying this energy. I feel like the bridge is being cleared. I feel like you're really getting to the place where your heart is getting ready to come out of your throat and be expressed. It's not that you've exuded your heart, but I don't think you've ever expressed it directly through the throat chakra. The throat chakra is your authentic expression, and the heart is your authenticity. So is the expression of the heart. And I feel like this bridge is being built, and it's a new way of a new, more grounded, impactful way of bringing forth the authentic core of your heart. This is your God motor. Okay. And that's what's getting ready to come through. It really feels like you are about to start sharing and teaching. Not quite yet, but I can see you starting to share and teach, maybe on social media, maybe somewhere else. It feels like it's going to be a little bit more formalized. And that feels really good. That feels important. And it feels like the timing is really good. It really feels like the timing is good. Okay. Let's see what the cards have for you. What else do we need to know for our beautiful Bob? What's going on for, oh, yum. Ha ha. Yeah. Communication, intuition, making choices that you love, choosing happiness and well-being, a solid material foundation. You've got a foundation. You've created a foundation for yourself. You're starting to see how everything in your life is going to work together, how everything is going to support everything else. Where you were kind of seeing a bunch of pieces and not sure how they all work together, you're starting to see how all the pieces fit together is going to create, those little those puzzles that are like a ball, right? And you put the pieces together and it makes a ball. That's what I'm seeing, is all the puzzle pieces coming together to make a ball, to make something round, to make a ball. That feels, I'm not sure why it's the ball puzzle pieces, but it is. But you've got that foundation, and you're going to be able to create a community and reach a community. This community will be small but mighty at first, and then it will grow slowly over time. There's no rush. It doesn't need to be a rush. But that's what I feel like is happening for you. Starting to see how the pieces are going to come together, and then you're going to start. And this bridge is building already because of the commitment and the intention that you have set, the direction that you are headed with this energy. That bridge is being built between your heart and your throat. So you are not only exuding the energy of your heart, which is love, 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 but also but now you're going to bring it out in concrete ways, in digestible ways, teaching moments. Okay. By the way, everybody, can we wish Bob a very, very, very happy birthday? He had a birthday 2 days ago, Bob. It was 2 days ago, right? March, fellow Aries sun sign. And happy birthday, Bob. And Bob, thank you so much for the opportunity to tune in, your donation. Look at this on the bottom, 6 of Wands. Fuck yeah, my friend. Yes, my friend. You are doing it. Bob says, I've been feeling this coming, refining my connections to be with those who support my path. That's great. And as a result, you're going to be able to support so many other people's paths. And it'll be a slow burn, slow build. All right, my love. Yeah, so happy birthday, Bob. Okay, next we have our beautiful Carrie. Carrie, my love, do you have a question or you just want me to tune in? You left a comment earlier. You said you did not know the questions, and I got answers to questions I didn't know yet. It's wild. It is wild, isn't it? That's spirit for you, man. Spirit just comes through and gives you exactly what you need. And oftentimes spirit will answer your questions that you have on top of mind, and then spirit will also give you a whole bunch of other stuff. Okay, Carrie says tune in. All righty. What does our beautiful Carrie need to know? Show me. Oh God, thank you. Oh, Carrie. First of all, spirit is wanting to acknowledge that you are doing your absolute best. You're doing your absolute best. And you need to know that and applaud yourself for that. I feel like there's some areas of your life where you feel like your best isn't good enough or isn't enough, but you also know that you can't do any more right now. And that's okay. All we can do is our best in the moment. All we can do is our best in this moment. And that's what you're doing. You're doing your best. Spirit says you are afraid of something. You're afraid of getting locked in, getting stuck in something, some pattern. Like there's a little bit of a fear coming up there. Spirit says, don't worry about it. You just keep showing up and do your best, and everything is going to continue to expand for you. Things are going to get better and better and better. I feel like you've been struggling for quite a long time. You've been really struggling for quite a long time. I don't know if you were here at the beginning of my message where I had a channeled message right after the grounding. If you wanted to hit the replay, if you weren't here, you go back and watch the beginning right after the grounding meditation. But essentially what I'm getting for you is the struggle is very nearly almost over. Like you're starting to feel some relief. You're starting to feel the pressure lift off of you. Really bask in that and appreciate that, and know that that is just the beginning and the pressure is coming off. Okay. You're getting there. You're getting to the end. Pulling some cards for you, darling. Okay. So you are the magician. You can get yourself out of any old scrape. Okay. You can build anything you want. The thing about the magician is the magician has all the tools, all the skills, but it's a one card. And the one is always feeling kind of like, do I know enough? Can I do it? There's some self-confidence, right? So when you feel a lack of self-confidence about what you're able to accomplish, know that that's a mental game. That's an ego game, right? Had a big talk about the ego. And when you're feeling that kind of lack of confidence in yourself, resort to excellence in the moment. And when you resort to excellence in the moment, you will then move into confidence and you will feel much better about it. It's always about coming back to excellence in the moment. Looking at that was the one that drew at me. Yeah, things. Okay, you've been really focused. You've been doing what you need to do, what you know you need to do. You set a really strong foundation. Here's the really good news. Help is on the way, my friend. More help is on the way. More help is on the way. I love that I have both the Father and the Mother of Swords. You are excellence. Okay. You really have that in you. You have focus, you have wisdom, you have determination. That is what you have. That is just an innate part of you. Honor it, own it. Because you're you miss your gifts. Okay. And you also are dealing with a lot of negative self-talk that has been the results of messages or perceived messages that you've received, my left ear is ringing, from loved ones, from people around you. So yeah. Yes, I got a new perspective on fear, and yes, 10-year struggle, need it over. Holding my boundaries with my family, I cut them out. Ooh, that's intense. So there you go. You've got your boundaries. The pressure is going to ease off. I would say hold your boundaries as long as it takes to do your healing. And eventually you will find that you're ready to let certain people back into your life. It's not going to be now. It may take a hot minute. I cut off a family member for 3 years. This was, my sibling. This was my closest family member. And I could be, not because I wanted to punish them, but because I needed time to do my inner healing work and to get strong in myself and know who I was and heal from some hurt. And now we are back in connection, getting along, spending a lot of time together. And it's really good. Like it's better than it's been in a really, really long time. But sometimes we have to back away from people. Sometimes we have to cut people out even really dramatically because we have to create that space for ourselves. Okay, sweetheart. Okay, good. Thank you so much, Carrie. And awesome. Okay, beautiful. Gail, I see your comment. Hello, my sweet, sweet Gail. Okay, I see your donation, my sweet folks. I'm doing readings by donation. Donate any amount to my PayPal. Happy to do a reading for you on today's live. And if you need Venmo or Cash App, just let me know. It would be my pleasure. I got you, babe. Okay, Gail. Thank you, beautiful Gail. Thank you, beautiful Carrie, for your donation and for the opportunity to be of service to you. So my pleasure. Okay, Gail. What does our beautiful Gail need to know? Show me, show me, show me. Ooh, good. Okay. Feeling some throat, feeling some heart. And then the primary emotion that's coming up is anger. I know you've been going through a lot recently, Gail. You've been going through a lot of health stuff. And what this is telling me is your anger is going to help you get through it and push through to the other side. You're pissed. Don't stuff your anger at this time. Let yourself be pissed. You've had some difficult experiences, some unfair things, some things have not gone as they should is what I'm getting, and you get to be angry about that. You get to be angry about the situation. That is not a bad energy for you. It's a so, like, the highest expression of competitiveness is excellence in the moment. The highest expression of our anger is our personal power. You can channel that to drive you forward and drive you through anything. You can survive anything if you can take that anger and begin to command it and wield it. It's like a dragon. You got to ride that dragon. It's giving you the opportunity to move you through this difficult experience in this difficult time. You are getting closer to the end. I'd say you are 3/4 of the way through. You're moving towards the end of this nonsense. You're still going to have to deal with some uncomfortable things is what I'm getting. You're still going to have to deal with a couple of things not going well, not going right, some pieces of bad news or what you're going to perceive to be bad news, but it's not going to be okay, this is bad news forever. It's going to be Jesus fucking Christ, like more of this shit. That's the kind of energy that I'm getting, but you're going to be able to move through it. Really use that anger, transform it to your personal power. How do you do that? How you transform your anger, when we get angry, it feels really intense and we want to hurl it outside of us. We want to disperse and dispel that energy because we're like, oh my God, I can't handle that. Especially women. Women are taught to suppress their anger. Don't suppress it. Here's what you're going to do. When you feel yourself angry, Gail, I want you to take a deep breath. Yeah, if you're in that right now, do this with me. Where do I feel this anger in my body? Maybe it's in your chest. Maybe it's in your stomach, wherever it is. And I just want you to be so present with that energy in your body and let it expand and grow and let it take over your entire body so you feel the physical sensation of this energy run through your body. And then it will very quickly transform from anger, which is the story, which is God damn you, this isn't fair, all of that. You will begin to breathe in this energy, in the rhythm of this energy, and you will feel the power of it, and you'll be able to use it and direct it and drive it forward. And this is great for anybody who is listening right now, who's watching, if you're dealing with anger, if anger comes up for you. Also, depression. Depression is anger turned inward. Okay. So if you're feeling depressed, you can do the same kind of energy, let it wash through you. The Achilles heel of our emotions is the fucking story. It's the story and the meaning that we give it. The meaning doesn't matter. The mind, it's just whatever. Take it out of the picture. Feel it in the body. Breathe it, feel it, let it run through you. And then you can transform that from something that is harming you, bad for your health, causing problems, causing you to act out, to something you can command and control and drive you forward to where you need to go. Okay, beautiful, Gail. Let me pull some cards for you. Gail says, I am sick of this shit. Good. Good. Let yourself get pissed, okay? Let yourself get pissed and drive it. Message me if I can help you with that, okay? Okay, Gail. Beautiful Gail. Beautiful Gail. Some of this is childhood stuff. Were you ill as a child? Did you have this? Is this something like a lifelong thing that you're dealing with? Or did they not know it was there? Something like that. That's what I'm feeling with this card. Remember that you are the one in control. Everybody around us, not everybody, certain segments of the population or certain people we go to for help want you to believe that they are in control, that they have all the answers. They don't. You do. Tap into your intuition. You have all the answers. Move slow. Slow yourself way down so you can let it unfold at the pace it needs to unfold. And then things will resolve quickly. Okay? Again, you are the woman of power here. 2 cards, woman of power. Don't you dare let anybody tell you that you don't know what you're talking about, that you don't know your body, that you don't know what's right for you, what direction is right for you. Do not let them do it. Take the expert advice. Okay. Listen where it makes sense. If it doesn't make sense, get a second opinion. If it doesn't make sense to you, if your spidey senses, if your intuition, if just like your body's just going, what the hell? I don't like it. Maybe it's your mind and ego and your fear. Or maybe it's your power, your personal power speaking to you. And it would behoove you to get more information, to sit with it and to get more information, another opinion, if you will. All right, my sweet. Okay, darling. Thank you so much. I think the doctors are at a loss. Let me pull a card on that. Yeah, they are. What's the solution? Okay. You're not wrong. Here's your solution. You need to retreat inward. You're going to need to take some time. You're going to need to take some time with your body, with things that are going on with you, and you're going to need to allow your intuition to bubble to the surface, okay? This is soul searching. This is finding the truth inside of you, okay? And then when you do, it will resolve quickly. The second time I pulled that card for you. All right, my sweet. Focus on you. All right, the answer will come. The answer will come. Thank you so much, beautiful Gail. Thank you for your donation. Thank you for the opportunity to be of service to you. So my pleasure. Readings by donation, my loves. Donate to the linkage on the screen, my PayPal, or if you need Venmo or Cash App, I can get you that as well. I have actually missed that before, so let me just see if anybody donated. If you did donate somewhere, please tell me so that I don't lose it. So I got this new phone. I like this new phone, except I don't like this new phone. You know what's really annoying about this new phone is it's like really bad about notifications. It doesn't notify me. I don't get my emails, but it notifies me with things that I don't want notifications for, that I turn off notifications, but then it doesn't notify me about things that I do want notifications for. It's just a little annoyance from getting this new phone. Just a little one. But anyway, okay. We've opened our apps and we've gotten our notifications. So if you'd like a reading, donate any amount. I am happy to do a reading for you. You can also ask me any questions you got. When I go live on TikTok, one of my favorite things to do is people can ask me psychic development questions. That's it seems to be more of a TikTok thing than a Facebook thing. Like you guys are a different crowd. I don't know. TikTok and Facebook are very different crowds. It's interesting because you would think that sort of the same kind of people would be just attracted to the energy, but nope, it's different because I guess different people are attracted to different platforms. But psychic development questions, sort of ask me anything. I got my podcast. If you guys haven't listened to that yet, it's called The Mystic Bitch Show. It's on all the podcast platforms. I am going to be wrapping up season 2 in a few weeks here. I've even got a backlog where I'm just, kind of doing that. And then going into season 3. And I'm contemplating season 3, how to shift it, what to do with it. Oh, here's what I do have for you guys. My book, Bitch, A Reclamation. This is my poetry book. I'm so fucking proud of this piece. I have like 20 copies that are available for autograph copies. If you want an autograph copy of my bitch book, send me a DM and I will be so happy to facilitate getting that to you. This is very exciting. Very, very exciting. I actually have, outside of this one, I have 4 or 5 collections, poetry collections, like separate poetry collections in the docket. I've got them organized in folders on my computer. I just need to go through and edit the poems, create the cover, all of that, so I can just get them published. I just haven't done it yet because it turns out I have more fun actually writing new poems than I do taking the old ones and packaging them up. It's always about moving forward. Yeah, Carrie, I'd love to get you. I'd love to get you an autograph copy of this. Send me a DM. That's so great. Oh, Gail, thank you so much. She said I'm such a great writer. That makes me so happy. The other thing I've done recently, so I've been getting really, really into my writing over the last couple of years, especially. And last year, I started writing this story. I didn't really know where it was going to go. So the thing is, like, I'm really terrible. I'm really good with short form writing, which I think is why I love poetry, because it's really creative. It's aesthetic. It can tell a story. I can write it really quickly. And I have all these great story ideas, and I'm really empathic. So I'm really good at writing characters and character experiences. But I just don't know. I always abandon my stories. Like, I have this great story. They'll start off strong. I'll start writing it. And then I'll just kind of go like, it's just I don't want to do that anymore. It's just taking forever. And I'll lose momentum on it. And then a few weeks ago, I was Googling story arc because I was thinking I'm a good writer, but I don't know if I'm a good storyteller. So let's see if we can research more about story arcs, and learn about that. And I found this story arc format. And I realized that the story I started a year ago and abandoned was like 3/4 of the way through the story arc. I was like, oh my God, I should just finish it. right? Just get it done. So I pulled it back up. I started reading through it. And then I noticed the word count on it. The word count is 40,000 words when I abandoned this story. What the fuck, Ingrid? So I abandoned the story at 40,000 words. Did you know a novel is 50,000 words? By the time I finish this story, I'm going to have a novel written. Will it be a good novel? Not necessarily. Not really what I'm concerned with. I'm more concerned with getting it done so it creates that groove. Again, that excellence in the moment. It creates that groove in my brain, in the energy, so that I can, next time I have a great story idea or a mediocre story idea, I can get it written. I can write the novel. If I get a few novels written, I'll get good enough to publish one and, see how it goes. When you revisited, did you think it was good? No. No, I don't think it's good. But that doesn't mean it's not good. I don't think my poems are good either, but they are. And I learned that based on the feedback that I am getting from my poetry. But I look at my poems and I go, I don't know. I can't tell if this is any good. I look at my story and I'm like, I don't think this is any good. But I'm not a good judge of that. The reason being, I'm way too close to it. I care way too much. I'm way too passionate about it. And I think that's true of almost every artist. Every artist or writer that I've ever met, they look at their own stuff and they go, oh, I don't know. They see all the problems with it. They see where it's hokey, and where it didn't come out exactly on paper or canvas like they saw it in their head. But nobody else knows that. Everybody else is seeing this incredible creation or reading these beautiful words. They weren't in the artist or the writer's head. They weren't channeling it, right? So it comes out as it needs to come out. And frankly, my channeling and my readings do the same thing. I will channel, and whatever I think is going on with spirit is whatever I think is going on. But it is actually reaching the person who I'm channeling for in the way that it needs to reach them. Ooh, Gail, I like to write songs. I like to write songs too. When I was in Nashville last year, I worked with a Nashville musician who took one of my poems and we made a song out of it. And I swear to God, my body lit up like nothing had ever lit me up before. It was like, that's what I want to do with my life. So I'm making my way back to that. I don't know when or how it's going to happen, but yeah, I'm with you writing songs. Are you musical, Gail? I didn't realize that. See, I'm not musical. I don't play an instrument. I don't really care to. I don't know if I'm tone deaf. I just don't. I enjoy music, but it's not like a passion of mine. My son, my 17-year-old, passionate about music, incredible with music, incredible at writing music. And he's moving to San Francisco soon to pursue music. And I am so proud of him. Hopefully I can take him to Nashville. Oh, Gail, you sing and want to learn guitar. How cool. You should do it. That's great. I took singing lessons once. I quit. I decided that singing was probably not my gift. I was like, I don't. It's kind of a lifelong goal, and then it wasn't. But yeah, good things happening. All good things happening. So if anybody would like a reading, let me know. Leave a donation in my PayPal, or if you need Venmo or Cash App. Oh, we had someone come through. Jennifer, hello, darling. Jennifer, honey, leave a comment. Gail, I love karaoke. Karaoke is fun. Karaoke was more fun when I drank. It's like it's less fun now that I don't drink. A lot of things were more fun when I drank. And now I look at it and now I'm like, oh, okay. Hey, beautiful Jenny. Jenny, sweetheart, what is your question? Or if you don't have a question, I can just tune in for you. Let me know what you prefer, my darling. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Okay. Let's see. What does our beautiful Jenny? I would love to receive a reading. You can tune in. Okay, you got it, babe. What does our beautiful Jenny need to know? Show me, show me, show me, show me. Thank you so much. All right. I am seeing the Sphinx, like the stone structures, the Sphinx. And I'm feeling this dry air as I'm breathing. It just feels so dry. And I see the Sphinx. And I feel like there is an energetic, a past lifetime connection here. A lifetime that was very much about, I want to say power, but that's not quite right. Hang on, Jenny. I'm feeling into it. Okay, it was I don't know why they're sharing this with me, but this must be right for you right now. It was a lifetime where you did not live very long. You died young. You were born into a position of power. So I want to say a prominent family, royalty, something like that. You're born into a position of power and you were sort of trained in these ways, like kind of groomed from birth, where you were really taught how to step up and be a powerful presence, a powerful figure. But you died early on. I feel like you were killed. And it feels like there was some what's the word? Usurpance. Is that the word? Usurping. Almost like on a ship, it'd be a mutiny, right? Like a rebellion. And you were a victim of that. And so what that caused for you now is a real fear of stepping into your power, because what you learned in that lifetime was if you step into your power and show your power, if you flaunt your power, if you display your power, you're going to die. They're going to kill you. So you're here in this lifetime having a real tenuous experience with power, with personal power. This is about confidence. This is about achievement. This is about being the best you can be and being seen for that, is what it feels like to me. Um, so, this lifetime, what you're meant to do is learn how to balance that power with also with your that innate power. You're born with that same personal power, right? You developed it in this lifetime, and in this other lifetime, this lifetime you're born with it. You're just born with that power, with this power already in place. But you also have learned about compassion and empathy in this lifetime. And you've learned about this a lot through battling with your own self worth issues, is what I'm getting. So now the task for you is to bring these two things together to step into the new you, the human that is meant to expand in this lifetime, which is this balance. It's been a push pull between power and compassion, power and empathy, right? Now you're meant to come together, bring these two things together and become a new you. You're not one or the other, you are both. And in this other lifetime, you really were focused on power, and it was focused on being built in you and being groomed for power. It was a very difficult end, is what I'm getting. And so power feels challenging to you, and you're wanting to move more in the direction of compassion and empathy. That is as equally a potent part of you as well. But it's been extremes for you. You've kind of gone to one end of the extreme. Now it's time to come back to balance, bring these two things together, and you become a whole and new thing, a whole new human. Okay. You didn't have you've never before in any of your other lifetimes had this particular makeup of power and compassion, power and empathy, empowerment and empathy. Okay. Bringing that together now. It's time to come into balance with that. How do you do that? You get present, you trust the moment. It's going to be make it a part of your spiritual practice, whether this is an energy you work with inside your body. It feels like that would really work for you to sit and ask, where's my energy of power? Where's my energy of compassion and empathy? And try and bring those things into balance. You will feel when they are in balance in your body. And when they are in balance in your body, oh my God, baby, that's when doors are going to fly open for you. That's when things are going to start happening and movement is going to start happening in your life. That's when you're going to really feel yourself pulled forward into the fullest experience of your life, of your lived experience. So this is where you're at right now. If you missed the beginning of this live stream, go watch it right after the grounding meditation. I did a collective channeling. This I think will really apply. Apply this to this reading here. Okay, my sweet, let me pull some cards for you. What else does spirit have? Show me, show me, show me, show me. Jenny. Okay. Relationship stuff. Ouch. In your own head. Things not going like you want them to. Really pulling back, solitude, dealing with the stories in your mind, needing rest. Honey, God, you really need rest. I feel like you've really been through it. You haven't had enough help. You haven't had enough give and take. It's just the balance hasn't been there. The balance hasn't been there. I feel like if a relationship hasn't ended, it's been on the verge of it. It just feels like it's been a really difficult time. You're dealing with some depression, right? Kind of getting in your own way. It's okay to pull back, but don't get stuck there. Don't get stuck in the loop of your mind and your stories. All right. There's too much for you to offer. Look at that lamb with the light on the third eye. Oh my God. You have so much wisdom to share. So much wisdom to share. Show me, show me. It's going to be chaotic for a little while. Feel your feelings. Let yourself have it. Have what you need to have. Take the channeled message in this other lifetime and make it your inner practice now, because you're already retreating, needing solitude, going inward, kind of doing your stuff, doing your thing. Apply that to the healing that you're doing right now, that you're moving through, moving into right now. All right, darling. Jenny Turner, my namesake. Thank you so much for your donation and the opportunity to be of service to you. I appreciate you so much. And if anybody else wants a reading, I'm doing it. I am here. Water time. Jenny, thank you. So right on. Good. I'm so glad to hear that, darling. And thank you for that feedback. I am always really appreciative of feedback for readings. If you don't want to comment publicly, that's fine. If you send me a DM, I would really appreciate that as well. If you guys, anytime you guys want to give me details for how it went, it helps me. It helps me know that I'm tuned in and connected. One of the things about readings, channeling the spirit, is you have to, in my experience, I have to be constantly on it when it comes to my own stuff and what I'm pulling through from spirit. Spirit will use my perspective, you can come through me through the lens of my perspective, but I always need to make sure that I am not projecting my bullshit onto people when I am doing readings. That's not a reading, that's projecting, and is way more common than you would think it is. That's why you have to be really conscious about who you allow into your energy and to do a reading for you. And the most toxic combination is a very intuitive person who is projecting their shit onto you. And that is, we're all human, and no reader, no one is immune from falling into that trap. So when you give me feedback, it helps me know where I'm at with that. Even if you give me feedback that's like, "Ooh, that didn't resonate at all," then that's something I can use and go, "Okay, where was I? What did that feel like?" It helps me fine tune and hone in on my craft. So I was really appreciate it. And Carrie sent a PM. Okay, great. I'm really glad. Thank you so much. Okie dokie, artichoke. All right. Well, is that the end of our list, my loves? Are we done? Okay. Guys, thanks so much. I appreciate you. I love you. It's such a pleasure to be able to tune in and do this for you and share my experience, share the teachings that come through from my experience, from spirit, channel messages, give you whatever strength, guidance, hope, love that spirit has for you to be that channel. It's such a fucking honor and such a privilege. So thank you so much. I love you. I appreciate you. I will see you very soon. Bye, y'all.